I have a small campaign to show you right now because most of the campaign on Kickstarter and Indiegogo are small campaigns. So this is a good example. There are some issues, so I will show you. It's a game project. So let's go. So today's project is the Mariana Sequence for NES, so for the NES console. We are already at 17 days to go with 214 backers, and they have reached a bit more than 200% of their goal, so that's really cool. There is already like a note I can say. They have updated the thumbnail of the video, which is really good. You can do that, and I will encourage you to do so once you have something new on your campaign, like the percentage of funds, the time, if it's fund in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's good to put there. Or if you have like your projects selected by Kickstarter, like project we love, you can put it there. Or if you have award like this, it's a good thing to put there. So that's good. That's pretty good. So we have a video which is fairly okay. I will just show you the campaign and I will comment at the same time. So what's good on this campaign is the key elements are super quick inside of the campaign. So inside of the story, which is not really the story, so this is not the story, but it's really like something to reassure people. So there is 2 questions answered already on those 3 lines. It's a NES game, to play on the NES console, and it's also already completed. So there is no more risk on the development, time and delivery on whatever. And the Kickstarter is there for funding physical production and release. Everything is told at the really beginning. I really like this because it's really clear. They need money to make the production and the release, so that's pretty transparent, and that's really cool. And it's the 31st line. So after we have like the main picture of the campaign, and we have like a pre-story. It's not really the story, but it's mostly like the game genesis. So it's also good to tell people how the game has been created. There it's said that it won some prizes, so it's really cool. And also like it has been finalist for the MacFest 2026. So it's always good if you can put any recognition you add by some outlets or media or contest or whatever your the field or where you are. So that's really good. It's always like reassuring people. So that's really cool. And also like quick note, the game has been in development like for 1 year now, so and it's finished. So that's pretty cool. There's also something I like. It's this. So there's a demo. Somehow I would feel that a link there would be better, but what they've done is, and maybe it's unconscious, I don't know, but the demo is at the really bottom of the page here. Here. So you kind of have to scroll into the campaign to get the demo, so you also see all the GIFs, the images, and the product, and after you have the demo. So I feel like, I don't know if it's intended, but it could be a good thing to do, and I like this. And the campaign is pretty short, so it's quick to scroll to the demo paragraph there. So next we have some GIFs just to show the gameplay. That's great. This campaign could have more, of those. I will just show you. Here it's really like the gameplay, how the game behave and what it is. So everything there is just enough to convince people. They have put on the 3 first line the really like selling point. Here is the pitch, kind of, and after it's the story. So that's pretty simple but really effective. After you have, and it's where I'm like, it should be better. So you have like a small display of screenshots there. Those 4 ones. This one and this one, they are already inside of the campaign. So there is only like those 2 new screenshots, I would say, to see inside of the page. It would have been better to have like new screenshot for this and this, because now it's like the game is finished, but I don't show you a lot of it. So it would be better to have a bit more GIFs to see, to display the game feature, even the design and the gameplay. So here are the feature section, pretty, classic, I would say. My only thing is you could have more explanation about each one of them. So the highly replayable performer, we have seen that with the text above about like each game is unique. So that's pretty cool. But it could be like that on title plus description, and for each of them, because there is many secret and hidden paths to discover. How many? You could just put like the number of them, like if it's like 10, 11, 20, or just 5, that's okay, but at least people would have like an ID. Find hidden boss, so why not? This is 10 different game mode, each with their own sequence on cover. It would be cool to have like a full flow just to show them, at least show one, for people to to imagine what it could be. Dialogue option and name entry. It could be like just a little GIF just to explain that. It's pretty classic, but sometimes people need just a little bit of images to know what's going on. PCM playback for spoken dialogue cutscene. This should be a video, because I think the PCM playback is a voice playback. So it would be really, really good to have an example, because now if you don't know what it is, there is kind of no value to put it. But if you put like a video of that, it would be really cool to have like this as example. Below we have like screenshots. This one is above, just there. So I would have put that, or another dialogue option. That would be great. And below we have some example of hidden bosses. So that's great. But that's it. So I would have put more gameplay videos and GIFs, at least like twice of them. Even just like the gameplay here, like in the forest or whatever, because there are not a lot of them. And I think for a video game or whatever you are doing, like if it's a movie or art project, you should show people things. It's the case there, but it's a bit shy, I would say. And after we have what the reward are. I would like to have like a really big thing listed like a reward, and after like physical edition, and divided in two, because there it's talking about the standard edition, and there's the limited edition, but it's not written limited, limited. Well, so it would have been better to categorize a bit more, just for the clarity. There is not a lot of reward, so that it's still working, but it would have been clearer to have just one title for one reward, and the description. That would have been better. And here just like a notion of the development is done, and it's also a bit of the genesis. So it has been done for a dev competition, which is the case of a lot of games. So it's cool to have like this little story, and after it we like the who we are, which is great. I don't have anything to say. Like, you always have to present yourself and your team if you have a team, and if you are alone, just have a text. With a photo it would have been better, but that's fine. Here it's really important because this creator already created 4 games, and they all have been on Kickstarter. I think a certain amount of backers are his whole backers. So they know that the guy can deliver, he can develop the game and take care of all the production. So it's really powerful, to have that, because you have a proven track record and you are reliable. So that's pretty cool. Final stuff, there is like the demo, the famous demo section, where you can play the demo in your browser. So that's great. Shipping, so it's pretty classic. They have partnered with two companies for the shipping, one for the USA and one for the Europe. So, well, international, so rest of the world. So that's great, because always shipping is a bit a struggle for the creators. And, if you can partner with people or a fulfillment center, it's always, great to have that. It costs something, but, if you do the math properly, it's a great thing. And there is something I don't really like at all for the risk challenge. It's there. There is no risk. I don't agree with that. There is always a risk, The guy can die, for example, and, game can't, be delivered. Obviously, it will not be the case, but there could have some issues with shipping, because tariffs, because there is war, and the price of the gas is increasing, for example, and the price of the shipping is increasing, for example. So this is issues that can be can happen. But in this case, I understand why he's telling there is no risk, because he already have done like 4 games that have been on Kickstarter. I think I haven't checked, but they might have shipped and everything. So he's used to that, and people rely on that. So there's less risk, I will not say, and I will not risk to say there is no risk. So you can say like risk are minimal. Of course, anything can happen for shipping or whatever, but you can just write something on those lines that risk are minimal. Really, I have shipped 4 games, for example. I've used 2 Kickstarter, and fulfilling the rewards. That would be great, just to alleviate any comments or guy like me that say that there is never no risk. So yeah, that's it for the main core of the campaign there. I will check quickly the reward. Super simple, really. Not a lot of stuff to say. A digital edition, which is great. For a game, it's always a little bit of money. So here it's almost $500 on the goal of 6,000, which is pretty good. It's like almost 10% just for digital. And digital, you just have processing fees, and that's it. So that's pretty cool, super efficient. Standard edition, international or US, it's the same price. And we can see there is like only 20 people that have backed for the international, like Europe and stuff. USA, it's 51, and most of the people have paid for the limited edition, which is pretty cool. It's a good amount of money. It represents $8,000. It's more than his goal. So it's why the goal is at 200% and something. So that's really cool to have those kind of limited edition, especially with the price, $90. It's pretty affordable for limited edition, and there's a little bit of stuff inside. So there's a A3 size poster, a notebook, but also like a red cartridge. It's simple stuff that can just bump a little bit the price of the limited edition and can have like a value for people. So that's pretty cool. There is no useless reward there with a super high price. So that's great. They don't work for those little projects like this. Don't bother with 3 or 4 super high-end and super expensive rewards. Nobody will buy it. You could put at least just one super at 500 in case of someone really want to support at a higher price. But most of the time it's useless, really. You don't sell a lot, and if you sell 1 or 2, you have to produce them. So it could be also an issue. So don't do that if you are doing a small project. That's that's not necessary. And as you can see, the guy have gotten 14,000 euros over 6,000 goal. So that's great. And that's a really good sign for him. And there are almost 17 days to go. So maybe we'll reach like 17 or maybe 20. And that will be really great for that project. So that's cool. Update, there are only 4. That's enough. I would have put like a bit more update about the goals because people have, backed, and you have like this campaign have a bit more than 200% goal funded. So an update about that would be good. Like, hey, it's 200%. Thank you, everyone. Whatever you choose to put inside, but that would be great. And I can see there are like some option, like accessibility option and stuff. So that's great to communicate about those little nooks and crannies of your project. And I would advise anyone to make a lot of updates. Quick note, you can update your campaign if you have forget something, or if people on the comment ask you the same question, you can put something in the campaign because maybe it's a point you have forgotten or you haven't really think about it. So and if there are frequent questions, please put them in the FAQ. That's super useful and it's where it should belong. And if people are always talking about the same topic, maybe it's something you have to put in the campaign in itself because something was missing. So here it's a really small example of FAQ, super basic, and it's great to have. And we have the comments where there is not a lot of comment, so it just it's a small project. That's fine. That's normal, I would say. So that was the Mariana sequence. There are some little mistakes here and there, but let's move into the conclusion. There are some little issues here and there. Don't hesitate to put more details into your campaigns, especially if it's a game, for example. Here, you have features, show them, because don't expect people to read between the lines. Put details, image, GIFs, description, explain your features if it's a game or even like a technical whatever project. Don't hesitate to put detail to explain whatever needs to be explained on your project. Don't hesitate to update the campaign. You can do that during the campaign. So if you are missing something or if you see people asking for the same question, put the answer in the FAQ, but maybe it might show you that you have forget something inside of the campaign to explain, that specific point. So be careful. Try to be transparent. If you already have successful Kickstarter campaign, don't hesitate to put them in the campaign, at least to tell people that you have already shipped some project and you are used to Kickstarter and the rewards and the shipping and everything. That will be a great point all the time for you to to add this. And don't hesitate to be transparent and to tell why you need the money of the Kickstarter. Here it was super clear at the beginning of the campaign. The first 3 lines, it's to finance the publishing and the physical production. Fine, super clear, super effective, and the aim of the campaign. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's it. If you need help for your campaign, or if you need some guidance or an evaluation of your campaign or pre-launch page, I have a website which is crowdfunding.ninja. There is a form, so you can send me an email with that form, and I will help you as much as I can. So don't hesitate if you're a video game developer or if you have any kind of project. I'm fairly used to a lot of different things. So contact me. I'm doing also once a week a video. So it could be pre-launch page analysis. It could be Kickstarter live campaign analysis, just to show you the issues, what you can do better, and to have you avoid those mistakes. So see you next time, and hope you have a good one.